friends, so back again with as we promised, we will do some common mangoes that everyone wants to plant. One is a Pickering, which we got from Steve at Hidden Acres. Another is a Carrie mango. Both are kind of can be kept dwarf or compact. And this is Juliette, which is a seedling of Julie. This is from our own tree. This is the second time we are trying. The first one we let it go too ripe. This one is not overripe, so we'll see how it tastes. And the last one is Edward mango, the classic tasting mango that has been around South Florida for a while. And we will see. And this is not the actual size of Edward. That's why I put 2 Edward mangoes. We let it go a little bit because we got it from Zill high performance nursery, and we couldn't really get the bricks that we wanted from previous Edward. We tasted from them, so I let them go a little bit further to see if it actually develops that rich taste that Edward usually has. So let's see. We can start with Pickering. So Pickering mango really gets this nice color, and they say that the more you let Pickering go ripe, it gets that coconut flavor that Pickering is known to have. Very nice flavor it has to it. Let's see how it is inside. I hope we didn't let it go too much. And wow, it does good. It has a very deep orange flavor. I mean color that's kind of distributed equally everywhere. I'll take a bite without the skin first, just to take the flavor around the skin off of the taste. I think we let it go a little too much. It's starting to have that fermenty taste, but I can still appreciate a good level of sweetness and slightly coconut flavor. More you eat it, you feel like you are tasting a sweet candy and has a slightly coconut after flavor that stays in your mouth after you eat it. Does it compete with lemon zest or ugly berry or coconut cream? Not really, but if you have a mango that stays 3 or 4 feet tall and produces tons of mangoes and has a taste like this with no fiber, perfect texture, good looking mango, I would certainly say this is a winner for dwarf mangoes. Let's try Carrie mango. We tried one Carrie mango yesterday evening. We didn't put it in our tasting, but it tasted like, we put it in the freeze, it tasted like sweet vanilla ice cream. So we wanted to see how it tastes right now. This is a typical size and shape for Carrie. Once it starts to get a little pale yellow, and once you pick them off of tree, do eat them within 48 hours, they say, because after that it starts to get this this flavor. It has a strange flavor that some people don't like. It hard to explain what it is. It's like it could be from too much resin, but this has been in the fridge for a few days after it ripened, so hopefully it didn't get any time to go bad from there. Very deep orange inside, and Carrie does have a slightly different taste closer to the skin, so it's very important that you taste it with the skin and without the skin. Very rich flavor and sweetness as well. It doesn't fall into any flavor category for me. It doesn't taste like ugly berry, does not taste like lemon zest, does not taste like coconut cream. Almost like it's a taste on its own, and you have to taste it to know what it is. Closer to the skin, let's say. Yes, it does get a strange flavor if eaten with the skin, but it does have a very rich flavor. It is not a mildly flavored ice cream, mildly flavored mango like a Florigon mango or a Pickering mango. It is very rich, complex flavor mango. So if you don't like such complex flavors or a rich flavor, resinous flavor, I think Carrie is not for you. But the tree stays compact, good producer, many years. Some years it has many male flowers, so it's not much producing, but overall a good mango. Let's now taste Edward. We have two Edward mangoes, a big size one, small size one. It does get this big most of the time, so this is unusual to have so small ones. The color changes to reddish, orange, yellow. This one did not, so I wonder what is going on inside. But let's try this one and see. Not much smell to it, but inside looks good when I cut. Does look orange all around. Try to take a bite without the skin first. This has a sour smell, taste. I don't think it ripened well. I don't think. Let's try this other one. That's why I put two Edward in the tasting table. I want to really see if it gets the taste of Edward that I had it before. I smell that sour taste. It's really bad tasting, I think. Okay, let me tell you, this is not a good Edward, and most likely came from Zill's high performance nursery. It was picked up immature and did not mature well, did not get to that optimal bricks. Edward, I had the perfect Edward, I would say, was from Tropical Acres Farm, Alex's place, and that had a rich classic flavor with perfect sweetness, that so much so that I ran and got an Edward tree for ourselves here in our garden. So it's for me is Glen plus something more, plus the size of the mangoes and everything. I think it really it's a very good tasting mango. So I wouldn't add Edward to the contest today. It would just be Pickering, Carrie, and the last one is Juliette. It's homegrown. It does get big size. That looks like the tree, it was a grafted branch onto our seedling tree, and it didn't really grow vigorously, so I think it can be kept compact. Just a ripe mango taste. Let's see. And the other one was, and this one looks like it's not ripe. Let's see. Maybe we can find, or maybe it did not ripe all over. There are unripe areas. No, it does look like it's slightly more ripe down here compared to less ripe up here. So I'll see. It does feel very hard when I cut up there as well. So maybe I needed to let it go. But the other one, the first one we tried, was overripe. So let's see how it tastes when it's slightly underripe. This one tastes better. It has not yet developed that. I call it like carotene taste. This is like, you know, a carrot taste, a veggie taste. It hasn't developed that, but if you let it go a little more, probably it will. Still has good amount of sweetness. But if I had to compare between Carrie mango, let's get more slices. It's starting to get a little mushy. It doesn't hold well after coming out from the fridge. It starts to get very mushy. Compare it with Juliette. Juliette is a milder tasting mango. it doesn't have that complex rich taste as Carrie has again. But Juliette is not something that you can miss a ripening time. Carrie, many people miss, they let it go too ripe or pick too early. If I had to choose between two in terms of taste, because I like rich spicy mango flavor, I would choose Carrie mango over Juliette. Pickering, I think we ate all of Pickering, so just a little bit left by the seed. Pickering has a different taste. I think taste is slightly closer in taste to coconut cream. Coconut cream is much sweeter, but both have a slight like coconut aftertaste after you eat it. So I think Pickering and Carrie, for me, better tasting than Juliette. Edward is in no comparison because we didn't have a good Edward. I don't know. I think Carrie still is the better tasting for me when I compare to both Pickering and Carrie. Thank you very much. Don't go away. We have a cack mango. We have a candy corn. It's a new release from Zill High Performance this year. This has not, the tree has not been released, but they did release some fruits. So candy corn, cack, and fruit punch tasting in our next video. Stay tuned.